It's time for Six Figure Trucking, period 12. Let's take a look at my compensation as a W-2 company driver. First, we're going to talk about the logs for the week. I was paid for 2,299 dispatch miles. I had 2,206 logged miles. My utilization was 75% this week. The days in green were days that I was finishing up a home time. My unedited pay statement for period 12 of 2024. This includes all trips from March 10th to March 16th. The first trip started at my house in Shadydale, Georgia, and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. There were stops in Hampton, Ellenwood, and Beaufort, Georgia. It paid $625 for 746 miles. The second trip started at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal and ended at the East Windsor, Connecticut terminal. It paid $486 for 761 miles. The third trip started at the East Windsor, Connecticut terminal and ended at the Fort Recovery, Ohio terminal. It paid $536 for 790 miles. Detention paid $27. Empty miles paid $36. Securement paid $36. Hazmat miles paid $25. Loaded miles paid $1,432, and stops paid $90. Total earnings this week was $1,645. We keep hearing across the industry that drivers are getting less miles and making less money. I'm one that believes in hard numbers rather than anecdotal information. Here's a comparison of my miles and compensation for the last 4 years. Looking at the comparison through the 12th week of each year, this is the highest of the four for income, second highest for miles. 12 weeks into the year, my gross income is $26,180, and I've driven 34,022 miles. This averages out to $2,182 per week and 2,835 miles per week. Estimating that out over a year, I'm on track to earn $113,447 for 147,430 miles. Through week 12 of 2024, I have been loaded 94% of the miles, and 7% have been hazmat placarded miles. This is a map of the miles per state year-to-date I have driven. Texas remains well in first position, with Ohio and North Carolina flipping for second and third. My home state of Georgia climbed to fourth, with Arkansas and Indiana being pushed down to the fifth and sixth spots. This week I added 3 states to the map. Those were New York, Massachusetts, and Connecticut. Here's the home time that I've taken this payroll year. This week started out with me at home working on my honey-do list. I've been home 5 times so far this year, totaling 17.5 days. I've also had 7 paid 34-hour resets on the road. My driver settlement shows 9, but 2 are actual layovers. I'm not paid hourly, but let's calculate it like an hourly job. For the week, my gross pay was $1,646 for 46 hours of work. If we break that down into a typical hourly job, it would be 40 regular hours and 6 hours of overtime, resulting in an effective pay rate of $33.55 per hour. Straight hourly pay would be $35.75 per hour. Year-to-date, I've earned $26,180 for 641 hours worked. Out of those hours, 480 would be regular time, and 162 would be overtime. If we calculate it weekly with overtime, the effective pay rate is about $36.25 per hour. However, as straight time is approximately $40.81 per hour. As always, make sure you are enjoying every day at work.